Okay, I'm recording.
Wonderful. Okay, so let's recap
So we're talking
what
about
we talked about with Robert. Yeah.
murking Robert.
So
So
basically, he's like a guest NPC at first that sticks around with your party for a while,
yeah,
and
maybe he's
he's
just like a
useless.
chapter NPC, you know?
Yeah, and he's useless in every facet.
Yeah,
Um, he sucks in combat. He has all the moves that he would have back when he was super powerful. Back when we thought he was going to be super
yeah.
powerful from the get go, he would have all those moves, the kick and the handshake and all that. But
They
they're
suck, yeah.
nothing. Like they do one damage or no damage at all, or like
Yeah.
it maybe like it somehow causes him to take damage.
Hmm.
Like it's just terrible. And then he like tries to do stuff in the overworld, and none of it works. They're all duds. Um, and we talked about the thing with like he could try to unlock doors with keys, and he's got a carabiner of keys, and none of them work all the time. And then he dies randomly, and then you can go on like an optional side quest
Yeah.
in a way to resurrect him. And if you do, then he comes back like super uber powerful.
Yeah.
Um,
And I
yeah,
think like we have to write it in a way that's like like his death is like tragic and sad,
yeah,
because he didn't do anything like wrong
hmm,
or like and he was actually like just like trying to help out, right? So
yeah.
and like I don't want it to be like, oh, like he jumps in front of a bullet for someone. Cuz like
No,
I feel like
That's so like
yeah,
yeah.
I feel like you should know that like he would do that,
Yeah.
but like he just
I think we're practically begging them to feel bad if that's how he
yeah,
dies.
yeah, exactly. So like I feel like if he's written in a way where it's like, oh, like Robert would take a bullet for someone, but he just like
Mhm.
died in his sleep one day and you're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh fuck, like that
yeah.
that sucks. Like, you know?
No,
Um
I fully agree. I think it would also be funny if, like, when you go to resurrect him, right?
yeah.
Like, you do whatever that thing is,
Yeah.
and it works. But like, the resurrection is like this fucking like crazy like
Yeah.
yellow fire shoots out of his eyes. There's like a giant beam in the sky, you know. Um, and then but he just like sits up and he's like, oh hey guys, like he's just so nonchalant about it.
Yeah, that'd be funny. So you know how I was saying he has like the key, right?
Hmm.
So for the recording, so Robert has like a key that would be like his overworld ability as like a partner that is like also absolutely useless, right?
Hmm.
So maybe like when he dies, like you just keep the key, right? And then
Yeah.
like you can still use his ability if you walk up to like any locked door.
Mm.
Um, because anybody can use a fucking key, right?
Yeah.
So maybe if like you go through the effort to like find like what the key opens,
Yeah.
then it's not that like, oh, that's what resurrects Robert, but that's like the start of
Oh, that could be
that
cool.
quest
Yeah.
line or something. Because it's like, oh, um like if you like go through the effort to follow through on like what he was like trying to do or whatever,
Hmm.
you know, then maybe you're rewarded with like ultra instinct Robert.
Right. Tactical Robert.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
But I think it's just very important that when he gets resurrected, he acts identical.
Yeah, he's literally
He
the same.
barely even acknowledges it. He's like, "Oh, thanks. Really got me out of a jam there."
Yeah.
It's like you told him his shoe was untied. Like it's
Yeah.
that level of like acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so that's
Okay.
so that's I think that's a cool idea.
Yeah, I think it's fun.
Again, like everything else that we do, is like we have to write it properly, but yeah.
Yeah, no, right. Yeah, it's another idea where we're like, and then stuff happens.
Yeah.
You do a thing, and then stuff happens,
And then stuff
and
happens.
then you get this.
And then everybody clapped.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's a good like way to like go about it if he's like not he doesn't seem like intended to be like a mainstay character.
Hmm.
Like he's like a NPC that just kind of tags along for a little bit. And
Yeah.
then it's like and then he dies, right? So you think like his part of the story is over, like how he participates in it,
Yeah.
and then you get him back and he's like not useless.
Yeah. I think yeah, with like a
Because
break in between, I think
honestly,
it
I
would make
think that
sense.
also is better for like the tedium of like there's less tedium of grinding
Hmm.
uh like through battles like a useless character because that sucks like when you have to like grind a magic harp
Yeah.
like because it's like either like
It's just annoying.
well if by some chance your magic harp knows tackle it still takes a long time because its stats are like so bad
Yeah.
or you're just like swapping like them out so like they get experience, and that also sucks even
Right.
more, right? So I think if we take away the grind in terms of um having to like battle with a useless character, and we make the
Mhm.
grind like just going through the effort of like seeing through what the character wanted, I
Yeah.
feel like that's more reward, like that can be just as rewarding as grinding a character at a level 25, you know.
Yeah. For sure. Agreed. Okay. Was that all you had from when you thought
Yeah,
of
I
story
mean,
stuff?
if I could remember what sun is the moon meant, that I feel like that would have taken up a few more minutes. Um,
It's gotta be the same thing. I think we could do some cool stylistic stuff with that
yeah.
idea. Like, what if it's like a? That doesn't make sense. I don't know. We'd have to play with it, but I don't know. I feel like there's something there,
Yeah.
especially if we want to play around with like the stop mo aesthetic of it.
Yeah.
Like what kind of object is it? And yeah, I think that could be
What
cool.
if like the sun and the moon are like um are the same object? So the sun is like a circle
Hmm.
with like triangles on the outside, you know? And
Hmm.
then like like it just like rotates to the other side, and then
I was literally just thinking
the
that.
moon is
Yeah.
just white with white triangles because the moon still shines, right? So
Oh, I like the
I
idea
think
of the moon being like a white sun. Yeah,
yeah,
that's kind of
I
cool.
feel like that's fine.
Yeah.
But because the sun can just be like it could look like it's just something hanging in the background, but the
Hmm.
tilt shift would make it blurrier. But
And they
if
could
they ever
have
looked
like,
towards the sun, you could focus on it.
and they could have like, if they're like things that are double sided, they could have like different textures on them.
Yeah,
Like if it's
yeah, yeah.
like if the English if the ball is like, you know, if the sun it's like got felt on it, then on the moon side it has like sandpaper or something.
Oh, the sun could be like what if it was
It'd be glowing
a gold
anyway, so it
tinfoil or
wouldn't.
something? Like it
Yeah,
could be
that'd be
like
cool.
metallic, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
the moon could be like yeah, that would be funny if it was like a sandpaper texture. I don't know
yeah.
if that would read, but I
I
feel
was
like
gonna
that'd
say
be
I don't even know how well the textures would read period because
yeah.
either way they're gonna be emissive. So generally that kind of texture doesn't show with emissive stuff too well, but
Uh-huh.
well, we can play around with
True, true,
it. True.
true. um, that was kind of what I had for that specific idea. Um,
True.
hmm. Where do we want to put in Pickle Genie?
That's such a good question. I have no idea.
I feel like that'd
It's
be,
such a it's such a and it's an idea that just doesn't fit anywhere.
dude, but like
Um,
we gotta make it work.
but here's the thing. I'm wondering. So we have the chapter. We don't know what chapter this is going to be yet, but we have a chapter where we talk about how um, you get swallowed up by a monster and you have to enter into the Fight Club
Okay,
to get shitted out.
wait. This might be a little on the nose,
Mhm.
but what if Pickle Genie? If you beat Pickle Genie, you get one wish, and you
Uh,
have the option to resurrect Robert with your one
oh my
wish.
god! Wait, that's so funny.
Like you don't have to pick that.
Yeah, but then if you don't get him.
Yeah. So like there would
Yeah,
have to be other things that you can get.
that's really good
Like
actually.
what if you like can wish
At the
for
same
like
time, there's the effort. You know what I mean? We talked about how putting in the effort to resurrect Robert is a big part of it, but at the same time, it being a wish is
I mean
really funny.
okay, so instead
Wait, that's
so
funny.
originally Pickle Genie has the green scale, I think, in his pickle jar.
Yeah.
um but what if the pickle because Pickle Genie doesn't really fit in with anything that we have as of right now, right?
Hmm.
So what if um okay, what if like the key, right, is the key from Robert is like open something that is like the beginning of like a treasure hunt to find a treasure, right? and
Hmm.
then like you go through like all this effort to figure out what the treasure is, and then it's a pickle jar,
Right.
right?
Okay, and then the pickle
You
genie
open the
comes
pickle
up.
jar, and then it's Pickle Genie, and then if you best him in battle, he grants you one wish.
So you're
And then
saying he wouldn't even have the scale.
yeah,
The,
like he doesn't
the
have to be
genie.
like
This
a
would be a completely separate
this
thing.
would be like a side boss.
Like yeah, like if you want to go down that. Oh, I
Yeah,
don't
so
hate
that
that
could be like
idea.
a whole treasure hunt thing.
It could be fun.
And then he
But at the same time, if it's from Robert's Key, though, I don't know. Something about that feels like Piccolini coming and resurrecting you because you found the pickle jar that
no, no,
is
no. So
found
so so
from
so
Robert's
Robert's
Key.
like my family has had this key for like a long time, and like I
Mhm,
want to do something with my life, and I want to figure out like what it's for, right? And then he dies before that they can do that, right?
mhm.
And then um Pickle Genie is like what is like the end of the utilization of that key, right?
Okay.
So I feel like it would be kind of like uh full circle to be like, oh, like Robert wanted to know what like this key was for, and he never got to use it, and then we got to use it, so we can bring him back.
Yeah, I think I see what you mean. Yeah.
So
Um.
also I think it would be interesting if like Robert's like the one person who like doesn't really have anything bad going on in his life. Like
Yeah.
he's not a victim
Everything's
of
just working out.
circumstance
No. Yeah. Not at all.
until he dies.
Until he dies.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Um. I like that, but at the same time, I don't know. Almost Robert having the thing with the key and it's been in his family. I don't hate it, but at the same time, part of me I almost don't want to give Robert any sort of motivation or story. Like he is like I kind of like him like just being there.
Well,
Like he is tagging along.
but what would prompt him
I
to?
think that's the thing. Like like you meet him and he's like, "Can I come with you guys?" And you're just like, "Sure." And then you just like you have Robert and the fire's like, okay, why the fuck do I have this Robert guy? And then he dies, and then you encounter the pickle genie in some way later on, like let's say I don't know, a chapter
Uh-huh.
or two later, and then he goes, "You get one wish," and you it's like 100 gold, uh, some other nice thing, and then resurrect Robert. You're like resurrect Robert, like there's no explanation, and then you just hit it, and then he just comes back, and he's crazy. I don't know something about that idea of uh like it's just so like completely ancillary.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that that adds a lot of charm. Um, but I also, I again, I don't hate the idea of what you're saying of making it more of like a full circle story thing
Yeah.
because
I
that
think
does make a lot of sense, and I think it
well
works.
I think like it can be full circle like if you and it could still be like an option. So like the option could be like it could be like resurrect Robert, and then another option could be like a lot of like infinite wealth, and then like you just
Mhm.
break the the economy of the game. You just
Oh
get like a
God, no, we
fuckload of
can't do
money,
that.
and then I mean I guess when you introduce something like that, it's a little because like at that point, why wouldn't you wish for like the bad guy to die or like everything to go back to like the way it was, right?
Mhm.
Um, so I don't know if there's like a better way that we can like just have Pickle Genie resurrect Robert with like without making because I feel like that would just be like a big plot hole. Like why like if you just like asked like the Pickle Genie to like undo like all the bad stuff, like Robert wouldn't be dead and like
No,
maybe
but what I'm saying
like
is that you don't ask him.
uh-huh.
Like it's like when we like basically like you beat him in whatever circumstances that's under,
Yeah.
however you get there.
Yeah.
And then he says, "You've beaten me. You can have one wish." And like it's like a multiple choice thing.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want to do? Like it's a dialogue tree. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
you have only a certain amount of preset options.
Yeah.
Like you can't.
But what I'm saying
Um,
is like the
oh, you're saying
like
even from a narrative
from
standpoint,
like a ludo narrative perspective, right?
right?
Like
Yeah.
the player is like might very well easily be like I want something different than like what these options are, right?
Yeah, but A, I think I'm gonna be honest. To be harsh, too bad. And I think
Yeah.
B, I think I think if Robert is treated like a joke enough, the idea of him just being randomly resurrected by a pickle genie won't set off plot hole
What? Okay,
alarms.
but what if that's like the only option? Like it prompts you with a
But
like a
then it's not
dialogue thing.
optional.
What?
But then it's not optional anymore.
No, no. Well, that's the thing. So like it's kind of like so it would just be like oh like what is your one wish, and then it's a prompt, and the only button you can press is resurrect Robert. And
Yeah, but then that makes it. Then it has to happen though.
well, yeah, but like the whole thing is that like you went through like this whole side quest,
Hmm.
and then like the reward of the side quest is that you resurrect Robert. Like from like
Hmm.
a game perspective, like the through line is like you do this and then you get Robert as a reward, right? But then
Right.
narratively, it's like oh, what do you want? And then um
I see. So it's
like you're showing that that like what Mo or like whatever character it is, like what
mhm,
they want is um to resurrect Robert in this specific interaction with the genie,
yeah,
and you're specifically making the player participate in
yeah.
that by hitting the A button. Because it's like because like from like I guess like from a narrative perspective, there is only like one choice.
So you're saying that the quest is still optional, but once you get there,
Yeah.
that is the defined outcome.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Like
I think that's pretty good.
where the genie's like, oh, like okay, like you beat me, like what do you want? And then
I think one thing I agree. I like that it being the only button. Um,
because like
but I
I don't
almost
wait, okay, so I think because he could be like, what do you want? And then like I think if you try to like write dialogue that's like, oh, like well, we had this one friend and like he didn't make it, like so like can you bring
mhm.
it back, right? So I think like if you just prompt like resurrect Robert and then you make the player hit like confirm,
Oh no,
then
yeah, I
well
completely
but
agree.
that I think it's just like a lot more simple because it's like they hit confirm and then Gene's like, okay, like if you say so, like
No,
because I don't think you're gonna need to like explain to the genie like because ultimately the genie doesn't care. So
yeah, no, not at all.
okay,
I'm not worried about that. I think it
okay.
would be funny
I think
if
it's like funny, but in like it's also kind of like poignant in terms of like what the
no, for sure.
characters want, right?
Yeah, and I guess that's the one thing. I like that, but part of me it would be kind of funny, I feel like, uh if the genie himself is like, you get one wish, um, but like what like if the genie if there's a character trait of the genie where he's like really full of himself, let's say,
Yeah,
right? And that comes across in all your interactions up until before you beat him, and even after you beat him, he's still like that.
yeah,
And he's like, you get one wish, but like I know what everyone wants, so you have one option, and you're like, oh, I wonder what the option's gonna be. And like, the one button comes up to resurrect Robert, and you're like, or at least the player in that moment is like, why? But you have no choice.
I mean
I
I
think that would be funny, but it gets rid of what you were saying, which
yeah,
is the characters want it, which I agree
yeah, because I was
is
gonna say like
kind of important.
if the genie's like kind of telling them what they want, then
Mhm.
it's not that that's false, but it I think it needs to like come from them, you know?
No, I agree. Yeah, again, I was saying to turn it more into a comedic beat,
Yeah,
but I think as an opportunity for a character beat, I think it works very
yeah.
well. So yeah, I like that. Um,
I think if Robert dies though, we have to like make the player like do a funeral for Robert.
I think again, I just wonder. I worry is that are we really begging at that point? You know?
No, well, okay, I think that if we write Robert in a way that he's like endearing and not annoying, then when he
Mhm.
dies, ideally the player will be like, I'm glad that I got to like show some
Yeah,
respect for the boy,
yeah, that's
you know?
fair.
So like
Hmm.
um
It could be
but
like a little like a makeshift
yeah. I
funeral
mean like it could be
deal.
like a cutscene where just like they're like, oh, he died,
Hmm.
and then like it just cuts to like them like with a pile of rocks or some shit,
Yeah,
and
exactly,
then they're like, okay,
exactly.
like let's get on our way,
Hmm.
or we could be like you could like we could like make them like like do this like a ceremony or something. I don't know what that would be like an at
I
more of
like a
a
pile of rocks, like a sad little
yeah
grave, like a makeshift grave thing, and they're all
pre-
standing by it all solid. And I think it'd be very funny
press
if
A to place rock.
yeah, exactly. And
Yeah,
like post resurrection, if you go back to that site, because you won't, let's say you're not there at the resurrection. Like if you
yeah,
ask the genie to resurrect Robert, he just goes okay, and then like Robert like appears before you in some like divine like episode. But if you go back to the grave site after he's
yeah.
resurrected, like it's like absolutely destroyed. Like there has been like a massive like
There's like a crater.
yes, like it's that's like a nuke went off and there's like holy fire like all around it. Like it's
Yeah,
like something like it's like Godzilla came out of it.
yeah, I like that. All right.
See, I think that works. I like the genie as like a little side boss because you're right. He doesn't, aside from being green, he
Yeah.
doesn't fit. kind of anywhere. I was gonna suggest that he's the boss of the chapter where you get swallowed by the creature and have to get into the Fight Club to get
Oh, I
shit out.
forgot that we
Because
said
I
that.
feel like
Yeah.
that's a good chapter. I still like that idea a lot.
We haven't really developed that much past like
We
the
have not.
idea itself, so
Um, but I like the idea that's a chapter we can just kind of throw the most random of ideas in because it kind of works as like a grab bag chapter.
Oh, okay, so it's a 2 hour and 46 minute movie. Yeah, plus like half hour probably of previews. So like 3:15. So that'll be 11:15 ish. Okay. Yeah. It's I'm just going to Riverside. Yeah. 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 Thank you, King. Bye. Nick, did you see my new snowboard?
Yes, I saw the picture you sent.
Hell yeah, dude. Uh, anyway, um, dude, I love a good Belly of the Beast
Yeah.
style, uh, even if it's like in a movie or in
Mhm.
a game.
I just think an idea like that works very well as sort of like a grab bag chapter of like random shit we could put in there. That
Because I feel
especially
like,
if it's like a tournament style thing that you can fight like a lot of weird little guys
oh,
that
dude,
maybe don't have enough room for
oh
full
my god.
bosses, you know?
Wait, dude, wait, that's such a good idea. We could do the tournament arc inside the Belly of the Beast.
Yeah, we talked about this
Yeah, I
already.
know. But I forgot that
Yeah.
we talked about
Yeah,
it.
no, I love that idea still. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. You just get a scale somehow.
Yeah,
Or
it's
maybe
like
like
a
you're chasing a scale like going into the beast, or maybe you even get one and then you get eaten and you just have to get out like with it.
yeah,
So the final boss doesn't even necessarily have the scale. You could have it the whole time, but you have to get out.
yeah. I mean, what would be
And like
the
as you, it could be cool if like you get like almost fully digested, or not fully digested. You get eaten, and you have to going through the tournament is like making your way like
yeah,
through the digestive tract.
yeah. Also,
Like you're progressively getting closer and closer to his anus.
oh, that's so funny. Um, I guess okay. So first of all, I want to say like in the game, like when you beat an enemy, they don't faint, like they're dead unless otherwise specified, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I feel like that would be because I want it to be like if like samurai moves like uses like a cool like sword move that like
Mm.
the enemies like explode and there's like red ribbons or something.
That'd be
So I
cool.
don't want them
Yeah.
to be like, oh, like I fainted. Guh. You bested me this time.
Yeah, yeah.
But like in the case of Pickle Genie, like because obviously he doesn't die, he could just be like,
Hmm.
okay, like enough, like here's your
Hmm.
wish.
Yeah.
But in the case
That
of,
pickle genie design has the potential to be so
I
fucking
know,
good.
dude. Oh my
Oh my god, he's gonna be so cool.
god. Okay, so in the case of like the tournament, right?
Hmm.
What would be like the prize for winning?
You get shitted out.
Oh! It's like you get passage into the intestine.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I think it would be. I think it would also be maybe a little juvenile, but it would be kind of funny if the final fight of the tournament, like the backdrop at the stage and everything, is just like the open asshole of.
stop! That's so funny, dude.
You
Good
just
luck.
see the
Good luck.
outside. You just see the outside through it. It just
Okay,
looks like a window. It's like a porthole.
that's your job to pitch to Maria.
Yeah, this whole idea is gonna be a doozy and a pitch. It's
But
pretty funny.
I think like that would be really funny if like um that I think that would be super funny if we handle it in a way that like just like nobody like comments on it. Like after like past like the first time where it's like someone's like, oh, like you get like safe passage like out of the beast is
Hmm.
like you have to win the tournament, right? And
Yeah.
someone could just be like, that's fucking disgusting. And then but
Hmm.
like after that like nobody says anything about it.
Oh yeah, no, there's not
Like
going to be any like, are we about to exit through the asshole of this animal? Oh, that just happened. Like, yeah, no, we don't need to do any of that.
yeah.
And I picked the wrong day to skip a shower. Like,
Yeah.
we
Or
don't,
like
none of that. No.
yeah. Or like I know I usually talk a lot of hot shit, but like I wasn't expecting to be
Oh
one.
God, but this is ridiculous.
What's up with that? Yeah. We
Yeah.
actually just have like a Jerry Seinfeld character.
The final boss is Jerry Seinfeld.
What's up with that?
Joey's from Long Island.
Yeah. Can you not tell?
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Um, I think
Okay,
that would
I
be funny.
might.
I would want to pitch that to everybody. If
Yeah.
everybody's on board for that, I would do it.
Oh no, we're doing it. Period. I
No,
like this chapter
that would
too
be
much.
super
We're
funny.
doing
Like
it.
if you are like if you're like in the final like boss of the tournament
Mhm.
and like the backdrop is literally a vignette that is an
Yeah,
asshole.
exactly.
Like
Exactly.
it's like literally that would be so funny. Um, but I
I also had this idea, and it's a little tiny idea.
uh-huh.
Remember the idea I had for a long time ago? Originally, as a party member, and then we decided to be better as an NPC. That guy and like his Swiss Army cow.
Oh yeah.
Um, I think it would be, and I said like, he's like kind of like an inside joke, not an inside joke, a joke NPC where
Yeah.
like he just brings you places,
Yeah.
and it's like this a running joke of like, how are we gonna get to that place? And he just like pops up out of nowhere, and he's like being lit. I think it would be funny if the beast that you have the tournament in is like a flying thing, like
Uh-huh.
like a flying whale or something. I don't know,
Uh-huh.
and like sure you get shit out, but like you're gonna fall a bunch because you're in the sky,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh god, how are we gonna get out? But he's just there, like in the inside of it still, and he's like, yeah, I just pop in every now and then. I think that would just be funny for how you get out.
That would be funny. Or maybe you have to do like a free fall and then something like saves you.
Yeah.
And we can flesh that out later. But
Hmm.
yeah, I think we got options.
For sure. Okay, I'm gonna leave for a few minutes to call
Okay.
my nana, and then I will be back after. What time are you leaving for the movie?
Probably 7:30, like 7:40.
Okay. Okay. I
Well,
just want to
I
make
gotta
sure
call
it
an
wasn't like
Uber.
7.
Yeah, I gotta call an Uber for it.
Oh, are you not driving?
Well, I'm gonna get super super baked. So that's why Jataro was asking what time
I see. So he can pick
so
you
he can
up.
pick me up. Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh boy, that's gonna be an interesting movie
Dude, the first
to
one
get
I
baked
was
during.
so high.
Oh my god. Okay, I will be back in a few.
Okay.
They've returned.
Fucking finally, dude.
No, it was gone so long.
I know. All right, so what is the monster that's gonna eat the gang?
I don't know. A flying whale is what keeps coming to mind, but that's been done so many times.
That has been done a
I think it
plethora
was
of
something
times.
something along those lines, though. You know, something big, and I think it would be cool if it was flying. It doesn't have to be flying.
Flying, something flying that shouldn't be.
Yeah, I think that could be cool.
Mm-hmm. What if? No, stupid idea. What if there's like a creature and it's called the flying fuck, but like fuck is spelled like not Fuck. So then people can say fuck without it being bad.
Uh-huh.
That's the whole joke.
Sure, yeah. No, I like it for sure.
Yeah.
I love it actually. The flying what now?
That just happened.
Well, that's a bit on the nose, isn't it?
I mean, what would be good to like have like a giant thing in the sky like that? Like
I don't
I think
know.
I think a whale is good because they move slowly, so they're like
Yeah,
majestic and
exactly.
they like swim, right?
Exactly.
So
That's
it's
why it's
like
been
they're
done so many
swimming
times because
through
it's
the
so cool.
sky,
Yeah.
right? Because it doesn't make sense to like have like a deer or some shit flying around.
No, I
Because
mean you
what are
could do
they
that, but
trotting through the sky? Like why? Like when Pegasus fly, they still move their legs. Like that's stupid.
yeah.
That's stupid. Uh,
So it's got to be something big.
but like also I think like uh the anatomy of a whale is pretty simple because it's like it's a mammal.
Exactly.
So
It's
like
it's it's so perfect
yeah.
already. A flying walrus could be cool, I was thinking, but that's too like they're too dopey in how they move and how they carry themselves.
I mean, if they're just supposed to be like swimming through the air, like I feel like it could work.
Yeah.
But
And
I
also
feel
I'm
like
wondering, it doesn't have to be an existing animal. We
yeah,
could just make some sort of
like
flying
a
creature.
flying fuck.
Patty. Plus also I feel like walruses have such good like if we ever wanted to add any more animal characters in any capacity, walruses are really good because they've got built-in mustaches. Um,
Yeah,
then my point is like that has such good character design potential that I don't know
yeah.
if I'd want to waste it on the
You
giant
ever?
flying thing that you are inside of the whole time.
I think there should be a walrus enemy, and much like walruses in real life, there should be a chance that they stab themselves with their tusks
Wait, does that
and die.
happen?
Yeah, they do that and they kill themselves sometimes.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh,
Like
that's so
sometimes they look
sad.
down and they just kill themselves.
That's so sad. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, you should actually look it up. It's kind of
That feels like that
fascinating.
feels like there'd be like a Looney Tunes bit where they have to kill a bunch of walruses, so they make a picture of a walrus, but like a lady walrus
Oh
with big
yeah.
lips
And then
and
they go
busty,
boy
and
yo yo
and then yeah, they
and
put it on the floor and they look down at it.
then... No, we should do that actually. That
I
would be
can't
fun.
believe they do that though. That's so terrible.
I
Walrus
think that's the thing. I mean, I might be
stab
I'm
themselves.
pretty sure that walruses can
Do walruses stab themselves?
self-impale. I could have sworn I saw a picture of it like years ago, and I was like, "That's metal as hell."
Why is do walruses self-immolate a fucking thing? I'm like, why is that an option?
Self-immolate.
The fuck? Um, I'm not finding a concrete answer. It's all talking about walrus attacks, which is not what we want.
BuzzFeed top post: Walrus performs oral sex on self.
Hell yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about. now that's a game level opportunity. That's a mini game.
Cora, what would happen if I tried to fist fight a walrus? Asked on Christmas
uh,
Day of 2022. top
Someone on Reddit asked
top
if they
answer,
stab
you would
themselves.
die.
Safe to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone on Reddit asked if walruses stab themselves with their tusks when they look down, and someone said no.
No, the
Said
fuck?
because their flesh is too soft and blubbery, but any walruses that do stab themselves, okay, so I guess they can, um, are most likely selected out of the gene pool. So that's not really a great concrete answer.
I mean, I guess.
Thanks, Reddit. Always helpful.
I could have sworn I saw a picture of this, but maybe it was a dream.
What's like a tanky animal?
A tanky
Hmm.
animal.
Yeah, I just looked up tanky animals.
Bear? Ursa Minor?
Yeah, flying bear is boring though.
Flying
We
monkey.
might have to make our own creature,
Yeah.
which would probably just end up resembling a whale anyway.
I mean,
That's fine. I don't know. I feel like flying whales, even if it is done, if it's as long as we don't
I
just
mean,
do
what?
like
I mean, I don't know. Whales are literally perfect because of the aforementioned stuff. Plus, they're like automatically mysterious because they like
yeah, they're cool,
the way
and
that
it
they
works for what we're doing because
like
they're
come
so
in and out
big.
of the water.
Like
Yeah,
their shape is perfect for what we're doing too. They're massive, so in terms of like having some sort of society set up in there, like it makes sense.
I see. Hmm.
We would just have to
And
vary our flying whale design. I think again, it would have to. I guess it would be like a whale-like creature in shape, right? In shape and movement, but in like design and like how the whale actually looks. I think we would just have to vary it quite a bit.
I guess. I mean, I don't
Just because
know.
like I'm
Like,
looking at flying whale right now, and
does it
it's
have to be a
like
flying beast?
no, not necessarily. I just liked that visual out of outside of the asshole.
Yeah.
And I like the idea that like even once you're out, like now you're free falling, even if
That
that is just
yeah.
in a
That
cutscene. You
oh,
know, it's a cool visual.
that does
Like
rip. I'm not gonna lie. Uh.
again, even just as a cutscene, it would rule. Like
Hmm.
like no, we already have a
What was
shark.
that? I'm just gonna. I'm gonna search for mysterious animals. What if it was a armadillo?
Flying armadillo.
Yeah. Because I feel like armadillo could look kind of similar to a whale if they're just floating.
They roll though. That's like their whole thing, right? And we would have one that's not doing that at all. Which I guess it's not a requirement, I guess.
No, because he's just chilling in the sky.
Yeah, it's
That's a
true.
defense mechanism. Nick.
Why am I looking up an armadillo and why do they look nothing like oh, because I looked up armadillo lizard. Genius. That's cool. I didn't know there was armadillo lizards. That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
They look cool. They look like they literally just look like Pokemon.
Oh, you could do. We could do a platypus.
Oh, like a giant, just massive tanky boy platypus. I don't hate that at all. I feel like the designs for that could go really crazy. And like in terms of like how they're shaped and stuff, that still gives opportunity for like
The flowiness.
we're looking for like yeah, and just again we're spending most of the time inside of them,
Yeah.
which woof, I sounds terrible, but um yeah, like I think like I guess what I'm looking for is like a nice roomy rib cage, a
Yeah.
long body and a roomy rib cage, and a platypus still kind of fits that
What if it was like a fish,
definition.
like
Yeah, I don't
a
hate a fish.
shark?
We
Or
already have a shark.
oh, we do have a shark.
Um,
You're right.
yeah, and I don't hate the idea of the fish, but we've already got a fish, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like platypus is the best one so far because I feel like you get a lot of the pros of the whale without it being a whale,
Yeah.
and we don't have to like adhere to platypusian.
Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
We don't have to
No.
what? Go ahead, Nick. Oh,
We don't have to
he's
appeal
embarrassed.
to platypus-like designs. Like exactly, we don't have to hear exactly to platypus-like uh, anatomy and stuff. We could just use a platypus as a jumping off point.
Yeah.
I think that could be cool.
I think that could be
We could
cool too.
really pull a Perry and kind of stretch what a platypus actually looks like.
Yeah.
Because like when I was little, I didn't really have much exposure to actual platypuses. I never thought about it.
Did you think they were blue?
Yes, and I'm kind of fucking mad that they aren't. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god. Dude, the first image of platypus
Mhm.
on Google Images is so funny.
I'm looking at him just splaying out in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flying geoduck.
You know they're venomous, right?
Geoducks?
No, no, platypus.
Oh, I did not know that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's kind of metal. Flying Geoduck? That's disgusting.
It would be funny to have a geoduck character, but
That that would
that would be really gross.
I hate
What
that.
if there's like what if there's like a they almost look like eldritch beings, you know? Like what if there was like something like Lovecraftian. Like what if there's a character where it's or like a thing this like guy in like a level or something where there's like this like great all-knowing one and it's like it's just like this massive buildup, right? And then
Yeah.
you like open up like his throne room and it's just like this giant like hyper realistic geoduck just sitting there and you're all like actually never mind and then you just leave and you
No,
never go back
that's
to it.
Marvel humor, dude.
No, it's not.
Actually, I
Okay,
think
but
not.
they don't have to say actually never mind, but you know what I mean.
Um, what if we do like an alien? It's like Jean Jacket or something.
I like yeah, because then it doesn't have to look like anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, these things are gross. They look like Elden Ring bosses.
Geoducks?
Yeah.
Stop looking at Geoducks.
I just have the Google image page open on my other monitor. I don't know, man. The visual of one of these like sitting on a throne, kind of cool.
All right, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. I'll let you ponder your
No,
choices.
yeah,
Oh my god, they're so fucking gross, dude.
they really are. I just closed the tab. I couldn't take it anymore.
want to watch Notebook.
I will watch Nope again any day of the fucking week.
Are we watching Prisoners, Nick?
God, it's been so long. I'm almost worried I'm not gonna like it. Like, it has been so long since I watched it. God, you're so lucky you're seeing 2.5 hours.
Right, do you want to see it again?
Yeah, I would totally see it again. Literally, when it ended, I was like, they're gonna rewind, right? They're just gonna go back to the beginning, and we'll just watch it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
When it ended, I was like, oh, come on.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was watching some like non-spoiler reviews,
Mm.
and a lot of people are like, honestly, like they're like, if you know anything about Dune, which I know like loosely what
I
happens,
know now. Yeah.
but like, yeah, like if you know anything about Dune, it gets like insanely like fucking weird after the first two
Oh yeah.
books.
Yeah.
Like if you think it's like a weird story already, like it gets
No,
just like
it gets
way
very
more
weird.
weird.
It gets weird in Messiah, which is the next
Yeah.
one he wants to do, and then he wants to stop. But it gets like very weird in the books after that.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Like
my friend,
Messiah
one of my
is
friends,
still
has read all of them, and he explained a lot of what happens
yeah.
in the post Messiah books to me. I don't know about
Well,
much about Messiah, but he told me about the post Messiah stuff, and it is bizarre.
even in Messiah, it gets weird.
Yeah.
And yeah. But anyway, um, is there anything else you want to go over, or do you just want to brainstorm for a little bit?
I'm down to brainstorm till you leave because I don't think I have anything specific.
Let me schedule my Uber. Actually,
Yes, that is smart.
first I'm gonna take this edible. Oh yeah. Dude, when I saw the first Dune, I was in
Mhm.
LA, right? And I was really baked, and they didn't turn off the light in the projection room.
Uh,
So like I was like almost an hour in, and I was
mhm.
so baked. I really, really didn't want to get up, and I was like, I gotta. I can't do nothing about this, right? So like I leave for like a minute, and like I have to go track someone down. I'm like baked out of my mind. I'm like wandering around. Finally, there's like an employee. I'm like, hey, I'm in like theater one. Can you like turn off the projection room, please? And they're like, okay, sure. So I go back to my seat, and they do, right? And
Mhm.
it was so much better, but it just sucked. Like the first hour was just like, and I was like sitting towards the back, so it was like pretty bright. I was like, this is ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that does suck. Did you ever end up rewatching the first one the other night?
Yeah, I did yesterday.
Nice.
The night where I was asking you what I should watch, I
Mhm.
was gonna watch Moonage Daydream,
Oh yeah, that's right. I
but
forgot about
I
that.
ended up just sitting on the couch and thinking about art instead. so, so
That's fine. I've done that so many times where I have like in the past like not known what movie I wanted to watch or whatever, and then I just end up not watching anything because I spent so long trying to decide.
$9 for the Uber. I guess that's fine. Oh wait, no. Wait, no. I want to schedule it. I don't want to go now. Oh, cancel ride.
Well, I mean, you're leaving at like 7:30, right? So
Should I just go now? I
I
guess.
feel like it wouldn't be that different,
I
you know?
guess. I guess you don't want me here, Nick.
True, true.
Oh shit, they're gonna be here in 5 minutes.
Ubers around your house are plentiful.
Yeah,
At
they
least they
are.
were when I had to take when I almost took one.
Yeah, because I live right next to Manhattan, so like everybody's like
Yeah,
commuting back.
true.
Yeah. Red Ford Focus. Okay, Jonathan. All right. Well, I guess in that case, I will leave you to dream about your platypussies.
No, no, we're not
We
doing
have it
that.
on record, Nick. You can't get away from this
Okay.
one.
Well, who's about to go see the movie with the goon popcorn bucket? Okay.
Oh, dude, I was. Should I get
We
the
wanted
popcorn
to buy
bucket?
it. We my friend was like, I'm gonna buy it. It's
Yeah.
$25, which is a lot of money,
That's
but we
it,
thought it would be more. Yeah,
dude.
exactly.
My Dom. No, that's not a lot of money. My Dom Toretto Fast
No,
X
that's what I'm saying.
charger is
Yeah.
$50.
Yeah, we thought it would be like 50, and then on the screen it said 25, and we were like, and my friend was like, "Oh,
Oh,
I'm getting it." And then we got up to the counter, and they were sold out.
tough. I mean,
Yeah, we were really sad about
I
it.
feel like at least
It's a terrible experience by all accounts, but
yeah. Well, I'm not gonna get any
eat
popcorn.
out
In it.
of, to eat out of.
I'm gonna keep it in the box, dude.
Yeah, of course. You're gonna sell
My
that baby.
charger is still in the box, but dude, when I got that, um, like the person looked at me real funny. They're like, "You actually want that?" I was like, "Yeah, dude." I was so surprised that they didn't sell
You
out.
not?
Yeah, exactly. I
I
was like,
think I think every movie, period, should have a shitty plastic collectible popcorn bucket. Every single one. So that way, for like movies that like aren't apt to that at all, they have to like really fucking reach as
yeah,
to what the
yeah,
popcorn
you're
bucket
right, you're
is.
right.
What the fuck would a Marriage Story popcorn bucket be? You know, just Adam Driver's like nose.
It's a hole in the wall.
Wait, that's so good. Wait, that's really funny.
Yeah,
See what I mean? The marketing teams would have to get fucking crazy with it.
we should start a company just for that.
Like every single movie ever has
Yeah,
to have one.
you're right. All
Mm.
right, I gotta leave now, so I'm gonna
Alrighty.
go do that. But
Bye bye. Enjoy.
thank you for the talk.
Yes, of
All
course. It
right,
was
bye
good to
bye.
brainstorm again. Bye bye.